Hello, awesome students! Our topic for today is the origin of language. But what is exactly the origin of language? In Charles Darwin's vision of the origins of language, early humans had developed musical ability prior to charm each other, but it remains a speculation. In order to make our own conclusions and preferences, let's see the different sources of the origins of today's language. So, the divine source. In most religions, language is considered a gift from God. It is believed that if human infants grow up isolated, they spontaneously begin using God-given language.
Herodotus reported the experiment of Pharaoh named Psamtik on two children who grew up in the company of goats and mute shepherd. Spontaneously uttered a Phrygian word because means bread. The children couldn't pick up this word from any human source, so Phrygian was considered the original language. Experiment by King James IV of Scotland. However, most cases of children got a different result from which the king expected to be wrong. Children started speaking Hebrew, confirming the king's belief that Hebrew had indeed been a language of the Garden of Eden.
Moving on to the natural sound source. The basic idea is that the primitive words could have been imitations of the natural sounds. Thus, we can see that the expressive noises people make in emotional reactions contain sounds.
Onomatopoeia, language that's simply echoed by natural sounds, words that sound similar to the noises. The bow wow theory. The early human tried to imitate the sounds and use it to refer to the things associated with them. For instance, the poo-poo theory. The original sounds may come from natural cries of emotion, which are produced with sudden intakes of breath and consequently would seem to be candidates as source sounds for language.
So, do you get it so far? Let's move on to social interaction source. In this theory, sounds of grunts, groans, and snorts could be the source of our own language, especially if it is the result of involving the interaction of its several people. So the development of human is placed in a social context because of maintaining the organization.
But however, these sources come criticism whereby it doesn't answer the question regarding the origin of language, due to the fact that other primates also lived in social groups and used grunts and social calls, but their capacity for speech are not developed.
Can you guess what is the next source? It's physical adaptation source. So what is physical adaptation source? Physical adaptation source refers to the types of physical features humans possess through time. Let's proceed to the next one, which is the tool-making source. It is believed that manual gestures may have been precursor of language. Humans have become capable of making stone tools.
Teeth and lips. Different than apes, human teeth are upright, roughly even in height and even smaller in size, helpful in making sounds as f and v. While mouth and tongue, it is small and can be opened and closed rapidly. Moreover, it contains a smaller, thicker, and more muscular tongue. The tongue can be used to shape a wide variety of sounds. Human lips have much more intricate muscle interlacing the other primates. Plus, its flexibility helps in making sounds like p or b. Human brain has specialized functions to control motor movements. In order to use tools, make tools, and speaking, there was an evolutionary connection. Next is the larynx. Since the assumption of an upright posture moved the head directly above the spinal column. The larynx moved to a lower position. Meanwhile, the pharynx, it is a long cavity which acts as a resonator for increasing range and clarity of sounds.
So the last one is a genetic source. Human offspring are born with a special capacity for language that is almost automatic in every young children.
Human genetics a crucial mutation, not a gradual change, but something that happened rather quickly. The investigation of language origin turns into a search for the special language gene that only humans possess.
But wait, what is innateness hypothesis? The innateness hypothesis seems to point out something in human genetics as a solution to the puzzle of the origins of language. And luckily we're done. See you next time. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.